Good morning guys, and welcome to the first visit to ZSL Whipsnade Zoo for the 2025 season. It's January, it's bitter, it's cold, a little bit of fog about, which gives you that little bit of closeness. Don't know what the animals are likely to do because of the weather, and they're generally unpredictable anyway. But anyway guys, let's go and do it.
Well, here's your male lion, the start of our new pride. There are 3 cubs. They're not coming out to the general public till it's probably a little bit warmer. They're in a little pen adjacent to us, to our right, with their mother and their auntie. And by the looks of it, they've basically kicked him out. He's having a good little kip there. Beautiful big fella. Wonder what he dreams of. Obviously they spend 21 hours of the day asleep. We otherwise know them as lie downs for that reason. Do have a little cheetah activity. They must be patrolling our area, expecting food to be laid out for them. Magnificent cats.
Well done.
So deal.
There was a little hair that could escape from there.
Beautiful colours on them. Of course, these areas here will be heating up for them.
What's that one doing up there, in front over there? What's that one doing? Is it sitting on its house? Looking at it.
Look at him or her up there being all majestic. Of course, if a lion or tiger tried to do that, it's going to fall straight through that little flimsy structure. It's a good advantage point though. This is what they know as Cheetah Rock. The other one's coming into view now. And there's 3 or 4 of them in total. Spectacular looking species. I think out of all of them I do prefer a jaguar, to be honest with you. These are very dainty. But today for some reason they're being very curious. This area here used to have little buttons where you could time yourself running over maybe 10 metres and work out how fast you was in comparison. They've got this little thicket area at the back and they seem to be doing circles around it at the moment. Pair of grey zebras in here, gnawing at all the cud of the grass. Where's the other one? There he is. Contrary to belief, they do not have afros. like they did in Madagascar. Distantly related to the horse, of course, but like a lot of these wild species, very, very timid. I suppose they need to be. And they really make a really weird sound when they speak. Bunch of young flamingos, and of course they grow in to these guys behind you. Well, I'm not surprised they're not frequenting the water today, because that must be just about freezing. It's not iced over because it's probably got a heated spring running underneath it. If you have a look, you can see the bubbles. That's probably to stop it from forming ice. But I would not like to step in there in this weather. I'd rather be in the conditions that they're used to. Of course these ain't, because they're captive, but being Caribbean flamingos, the weather they come from is a lot warmer. We have a tiger out on the prowl. He's certainly getting bigger. Could do with a mate. He's been in here by himself for a good few months now. You can actually hear it lapping up the water. Probably the closest up I've been with this guy for 6-7 months. Spring, late summer last year. Many people's favourite of the big cat family. Very, very majestic. Pruning himself, keeping himself best clean as he can. Guessing our friend the tiger is going to the toilet.
Wow, look at that.
As is normally the case, the indoor enclosure where they will hunker down for the night is totally empty, because they will be playing out in the yard at the back. The paddock is closed so it can regrow, rebed, reseed, and not be so boggy. And this gives a chance to the keepers to put some little treats out for them, shovel up the poop, etc. It's an eerie quietness in here. We actually have the big male today in with Nang and Donna, my personal favourite. Certainly the largest of the mammals. It's almost said mammals then, mammals here at the zoo. And my personal favourites.
How many elephants do you see?
I've seen so many of the generations here grow up. A lot of the males move on because they spend their time in solitary, and the females, the matriarchs, form a herd and stick together. But it's certainly good to see him spending some time with the little ones. In unison there, feeding from the haystacks. Got it down to a fine art. Almost synchronised like swimmers.
Oh, leave it. No. Leave it. Oh, Daddy.
Now last time I was up here with the lynx just before Christmas, they were extremely active. Now one's having a kip and the other one's resting in a hammock. Now of course these are the said species that have been let loose out in the Highlands of Scotland recently. All to be with control of other wildlife such as deer and their natural habitat. Certainly not a threat to man due to its size, a toddler perhaps, and that's what I'm guessing what the main argument of contention over it was. But it's probably maybe say three times the size of a domestic cat or a small Labrador. Very pointy ears. Of the two of them here, this one's the lazier of the two. If you look back at one of my previous vlogs here, I was here with a keeper and he was feeding them both. The other one would jump up acrobatically and catch things. He would just lay there and wait. Now I'm certainly expecting the bears still to be on towpath, which is like their light hibernation, but we'll walk past their enclosure as we're right next to it. I'm looking at maybe end of February, so probably not the next visit, which will be around the time of my birthday, which is 10th of February. The visit after that, I'm kind of expecting them to be out exploring again and being active.
although they do have their light hibernation, they can wake at any moment and have a wander about. But with the temperatures, the weather like this, I suppose they're very similar to us. When we get cuddled up in bed, we do not want to get out. Whereas our bears will hibernate, these crazy characters, the honey badger, aka Wolverine, just gallops around and around and around. There is a pair of them in now. I believe it's Puff and Tiffy. Like the lions, or lie downs as we call them, we used to call these tree verines because they used to spend half the time when they were younger asleep in the trees. But now, as they've matured and got older, they seem to be on a constant gallop. They just go round and round and round in circles. But even your likes of your grizzly bear give these guys a wide berth, because they can bring down a fully grown moose.
Probably not by themselves. They're not 20 feet bad. They're not tiny. Moose aren't that bad.
As I said, the bear paddock awaits springtime activity. You won't find them hunkered down. You've got little burrows that they've buried around here, but they've got their own little pens at the back, and they'll be hunkered down there with all the food and nourishment they need. Probably heated units. It's like they have a closed circuit CCTV, and that's probably what they're looking like now.
So we could carry on going to the penguin. It's just next to us.
Look at that, all snuggled up. Don't eat, wee or poo. I can't get through the night without getting a wee probably about half a dozen times. They certainly are some of the coolest characters when they're active. What is it he says in Back to the Future? I am your density, when he's supposed to say destiny. You can't see more than meters out there. We're off in the distance, right over the back there, Milton Keynes. To the side of that you'll have Bedfordshire, Luton, Bedford, etc. Further out there you'll go Buckingham, more down towards Hertfordshire, so you've got the likes of Ivanhoe Beacon, Tring, and the wooded area you can't see around the back, Ashridge Estate, which I've spent a lot of time filming up there. But yeah, very, very low cloud, mist and even fog. It's only been a matter of a few weeks that the Christmas into New Year period has passed, and you guys hopefully done a great job for everyone out there. You won't be forgotten about, that's for sure. Spraying a little bit of perfume there, are you, mate? This is our white rhino herd. Even little one's out today. I've just seen him to the side, whether it's a he or a she. I think it goes by the name of Kaloo. Very hardy animals, strong and tough.
Yet again, very, very timid. I think at the moment in time they're getting very protective of the youngster.
Maybe.
That there is a little Kaloo. Very inquisitive.
Hi, Mommy and Daddy.
As babies go, that's Nandy, who's now 3. I remember when he was running around, running amok like Kalui. They grow so fast. These guys keeping active to keep themselves warm. The van has turned up, obviously a keeper with some sort of snack for them, and they've homed in on it like a beacon. Here we go, running around. Beautiful colours. They have more success in hunts than any of your large cats. For any of you who love your Disney, it is said that they have Mickey ears, as you can clearly see there.
I think that's the lady because I can see the eyelashes in that.
Yeah, she's got longer eyelashes.
So the back one's the lady, the front one's the warrior. No, this is the lady, that's the man. The front one is the lady. Yeah.
Right, Camilla, don't come out there. Right, let's go back to one side.
Real good look at you today.
I think so. Come on then.
They're certainly patiently waiting for something to be hurled over the fence. Bison here with their winter coats. And just think, the mighty plains buffalo was twice the size of these guys. Surprised to see you out on the perch this time during the day. I thought you'd be asleep at the back with your buddy. This area here is sort of away from the crowds. To be honest with you, not many people come down here. Full of your native owl species. Well, you're not an owl. Apparently that is a red-billed blue magpie. Chirpy little character. Reminds me, you've got that RSPB birds in your garden thing to do. Probably set up a hidden camera and see who we can find. Right, let's leave this guy in peace. Catch you later, buddy. And with that, guys, today's vlog comes to an end. Hope you've enjoyed the zoo. First visit for us here in 2025. We'll be back in February and monthly throughout the year, giving you guys updates of what's going on. Obviously, I'm quite happy that the mother lion and the cubs are together in the warm, still nursing, still cuddling up. Maybe within the next week or two they'll be showing their face. I dare say between times they've got to make sure that the area is safe, because obviously a fully grown lion can't get its heads in tight little gaps the same as a little cub could, and they could come to some harm. I know the zoo is only going to be open weekends between now and the first couple of weeks of February, so I'm sure they'll be doing a lot of work during then and clearing things up and making it look all pretty and presentable for the new season. But we've enjoyed it. I've seen tigers, cheetahs, lions, lynx, and yeah, the big cats have been out on parade today. Enjoyed those. Certainly enjoyed seeing the elephants. Hope you guys have too. And of course, meeting new Kalui out in the open, as opposed to being hunkered down with his mother in the shelter, that being the large white rhino. We only truly see somewhere in the region of about a third of the park when we come up here, because it's so huge. For instance, the elephant enclosure alone, along with the rhino enclosure, is the same size as probably London Zoo put together. The place is enormous. I think it takes, if you don't look around everything else, it'd take you a good hour to walk around the perimeter of it. But I've enjoyed it, hope you have too. Rachel's getting some warm drinks in. And with that, guys, we'll see you in the movies. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.